Here we are in Tokyo now, Japan. We've been here for the last week, checking on our assessments. Relationships have been developed since right after the earthquake hit March 11th. And I came across a magazine today, a Newsweek magazine, that says Apocalypse Now. Tsunamis, earthquakes, nuclear meltdowns, revolutions. What the blank is next? Well, we know that things are accelerating, but in the midst of these accelerations, we also know there is a hope, the hope of glory. It's because of partnerships that we have here, the Somebody Cares for Japan, Somebody Cares International. We are working together with a common heart, a common desire to see the manifest presence of God in Japan. In the midst of difficulty, seeing great triumphs and victories come from that. Our translators, interpreters, and missionaries, 27 years, also field representatives for Somebody Cares for Japan. David Robbins of Nagano and his son, actually born here, Jonathan, and raised here, probably more Japanese than I am, and have been tremendous blessings to us. And Pastor Danny Fudikawa from Southern California, who was also raised in Japan. And give us a quick observation of how unique our time has been together.
Yeah, well, being in the situation we are, we've been seeing God put together the individual pieces like a jigsaw puzzle together of relationships. Japan's a relationship type of oriented culture, and it's been very unique seeing how he's just been putting one piece that seems to be random with another, and all of a sudden you start seeing a collage of what God's putting together here. And it's just been miraculous how God's using these individual little people or events to really solidify where Somebody Cares International, their goals and where they're heading. And it's just been almost a daily miracle of things we've been seeing. And not coincidences by any stretch.
Well, some of the people we've actually met with, which is impossible, but we've been from local to national government leaders have opened up to us.
Yes, and it's been great to see that. And, you know, you can't say it's been man, it's been God all the way along.
Well, Jonathan, what's your observations as one who's been here all your life?
Well, now is the time for salvation. Like Doug always says, in the Gospels, Jesus is saying there's going to be earthquakes, wars, rumors of wars, and in the midst of that, we can be...
it's an occasion for our testimony.
Yeah, an occasion for our testimony. And as sad as it is that this happened, God is going to use this for Japan's revival, and we're believing that. And we are seeing unnatural, non-human, just not coincidences. It's God that's happening all over the board. Just connections that we didn't know we had, suddenly appearing right at the right time. So it's been amazing to see all these connections, jigsaw puzzle pieces coming together.
Pastor Fudikawa, you kind of have a unique observation being an American, Japanese American like I am, but you grew up in Japan for the first few years of your life, and now pastor in Southern Cal. How have you noticed in this relationships we've been developing here? What is your observations?
Well, I think there's a sense of excitement because I've been, in one way or another, dealing with Japan and Christianity and how hard it is for 40 plus years, having been here on the mission field with my parents, and I've never seen this level of interest, excitement, and zeal and passion among the Christians that are here. And I think that the church here is about to be awakened. And I think you're going to see a great revival take place in Japan. And it's going to be because obviously God's Spirit and God's movement, but we as Christians around the world can facilitate that. And that's what excites me is that we have an opportunity to do that.
We've had opportunities to meet with local government leaders in different prefectures, been to Sendai where the epicenter of the earthquake and tsunami was, And then we've also met with members of the House of Representatives, federal government, and those coordinating all the disaster relief across the country. And every person, it's been divine doors opening. It's not something we've had to push through. And we even had the opportunity to give a word and to pray over some of these leaders who are very moved by the heart of compassion of each of these believers here in the country and for those that are working together. So thank you for your prayers. Thank you for supporting what we're doing here in Japan and beyond around the world.